Hey guys, it's Taste Pink. Welcome back to my channel, and this video is going to be a combination of tough love and helping you to get a reality check. And don't think in any way I'm passing judgment, but there are a few things that you need to hear for your own mental, emotional, and physical health, because I need you to not continue going about life and dating in this way. You can make your own decisions, which is clearly evident, and you will do exactly what you want to do. But you wanted to share your story, and I'm going to share a little bit of my pain, some of your truth, because I love you and you need to hear this. You guys are more than welcome to sound off in the comments below, but understand that this is a safe place. We are not passing judgment. Everyone has a story. I don't care how much you want to run from it. Remember that when you are using your words and sharing them with others. Again, this is a safe space, so please respect that. And one of the things that she said that really hurt me, she said, we kept dating until October 3rd. He said he had to talk to me. I just knew because the night before we had Unprotected. We always do. And we always bought a plan B because we both didn't want any babies. African parents will disown you. So I'm going to get you together because that's not good. See, my hands are shaking because that hurt me real bad. It is your decision what you do with your body, but there are consequences for your actions, and you are to live with your consequences. Plan B is exactly that. Plan B is not a way of life. Plan B is not a way for you to manipulate your body, because you are not in control or in a situation where you can make the best judgment. Appeasing someone else at the expense of your own body is going to allow you to fall into a very dark place. Be careful how you play with your body, because you still got to get older. And there may come a point where you actually want to have kids and you don't want to pose as a detriment to your own physical health. Don't use Plan B as a scapegoat, as a way out. Deal with the consequences of your actions. There are repercussions. And having unprotected sex, you do what you want with your body. But what's the problem in putting on a condom so that you don't have to take Plan B? What do you want more? A healthy whole body and to be right as far as your conscience? Or do you want to continue to put yourself at risk? Because see, you're only thinking about the baby. You're only thinking about the baby, not your body, your sexual health. You said that you thought you could change him. Women, in 2017, I need you to believe no more than anything that you can't change a person, no matter what. He kept telling you he doesn't want a relationship. He kept going back and forth. He kept saying that he has doubts. This is too serious. A relationship is not what he wants. Listen to him. Do you know that you could be the best woman walking? You can have every attribute that is admirable. You can be one of the most smartest, most brilliant human beings he's ever encountered. But if you think that he'll change just because you think you can change him, you're wrong. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper, because you can continue to have unprotected sex and you can continue to do the Plan B, but in that moment that you slip up and you have a child, you think he's going to be the father that you didn't have. You said you didn't grow up with your dad, and so I'm starting to believe that you're yearning to have that male figure, and you told him that you look to him as a male figure in your life that you needed. That's a void. Deal with the emotional void. Don't look and seek outward validation from a person who really, and I'm gonna tell you, he don't give a damn about you. Let me tell you something. This is what I told one of my friends. I told her just recently. I said, you know, you can give all the time in the world to a gentleman, but when he's ready to leave your ass, you better be lucky if he says goodbye. Because when he's done with you, even though you have dealt with and handled everything, and he's hurt you multiple times and you've forgiven him, and you even try to coerce yourself and to believing that he loves you and he cares about you and this is the right way or how a relationship is supposed to function. Do you realize that even though you took all of that, 1,000,001 things, when he's ready to leave, he'll walk. He'll walk right out of your life. And you're lucky if he actually says goodbye. And I hope for your sake, when he leaves, he says goodbye, because you are going to do nothing but yearn for the closure that you never got as a young girl. I understand your parents separated. I went through that myself and it hurt me in more ways than one. And the way in which you deal with that void, that pain, is monumental, because it's going to sort of influence the decisions you make when you were dating, when you were allowing others into your body. Practice healthy thinking. Put yourself in a better mental and emotional space. I'm not telling you not to have sex, because that is your choice. That is your right. You do what you want. But what about your physical health? What about jeopardizing your physical health seems okay? Because unprotected sex could still mean an STI. That doesn't rid you of the chances or the likelihood of that happening. You can still very well contract an STI. Yes. And you have concerns about other women and him possibly being physical with other women. But what about you actually reflects that you care about your body, that you care about your mental health, your emotional health, and that this is healthy? You guys, we all condition ourselves to start to believe that certain things are normal, and we don't know how to operate outside of the normal, no matter how unhealthy it gets. At 25, I'm going to be 26 this year. If I could tell the woman that I was when I was 18, because you're pretty young, you're very young, and you started talking about how you weren't doing track as much because you wanted to see him more. Do you realize you give up so much of yourself for someone else, but when they're ready to leave, they will leave and they will not give you a goodbye that you need. They will not provide the closure. And you gave up so much of yourself. In retrospect, when you sit down at night and you realize you gave up track because of him, you had unprotected sex because of him, you were looking for him to fill a void, you wanted him to be the male figure in your life, and you had your friends cursing him out, and you were texting him and calling him nonstop because you were trying to get in touch with him. You weren't paying attention to the signs that were there. But I say that to say, so much that you give up, you may never get back. You can lose a critical part of yourself, and what you lose can impact how you function daily. And I tell you guys, it can manifest in more ways than one. You think it's only going to impact your dating life. No, these things can have an adverse effect on how you operate in many other areas, because you become bitter, you want questions, you need closure, you can't move on because you're still caught up in the past. You got to help yourself, because this is unhealthy. And when a person truly loves you, they don't jeopardize your mental, physical, emotional well-being. That is of top priority. When they maintain who you are, all while maintaining their own mental, emotional health, that balance is what we're looking for. Things can go haywire for a little bit. That's life. People grow, people go in different directions, but you can reroute. And you can get it together, and you can still journey together even among all the chaos. But when you start to lose parts of yourself and you begin to give up on things that you once loved, trying to maintain something that is not going to go far, that's where you've lost. At almost 26, I realized that I can't change anyone. And the moment that you think that you can change someone, that's where you begin to lose. Happiness is so much more attainable when you're with someone who is happy themselves. And to me, as I read your email, I knew that this man was not at all happy with himself and who he is, and he told you that, and you just needed him in a way that he could not be there. Listen to a man when he tells you that he cannot be what you need him to be. I I had someone tell me that several years into the relationship and I didn't listen. I kept holding on, trying to convince them to stay with me. In retrospect, when you get to a better place, you will look back and you will realize, and don't beat yourself up over your mistakes. We are human. The beauty in evolution is that you grow beyond your mistakes and you can be a voice of wisdom to someone else, and that's all I am right now. So I love you enough to tell you to tighten up, because I need you to operate like the queen that you are. Sexual exploration is a huge pivotal part in learning about who you are, and if you can learn about yourself, you can tell others how to treat you. And that's not just on a sexual standpoint, it's how to treat me as a queen. This is my body. This is what you must uphold in order to gain any type of entry, and it's up to you to figure that out. But the moment that you jeopardize your health and you make jeopardizing your health a way of life, this is how your relationship functions. I need you to be careful. Because anyone who has an issue with you wanting to have protected sex, sit back and question it. And if you are going to do that, I need you both to get tested regularly, because things can lay in the latent phase and you don't even know it. Y'all out here messing yourselves up and you don't even know it. And then about 10 years, 10, 15 years, things happen. I've lost friends. My mother always told me, you will live long enough to see someone get pregnant. Someone will die from HIV or AIDS. You will see people, unfortunately, take their own lives, and it all happened. I'm 25 and it's all happened. You need to keep living, and you need to tighten up right now. I didn't tighten up just at 18, and at about 20, 21, I started to shift. And then I told my truth, and I changed the way that I maneuvered as a woman, because I knew there's a better way. So I'm praying for you. I'm hoping for the best. Make yourself proud. Make yourself whole, because you can do it. Whew.